Ofcom have dropped their updated Online Safety Act guidance for online gaming. Honestly, it's some of the most out-of-touch nonsense that I've read in quite a while. It's important that we actually discuss what's going on here, because none of this is about protecting kids. All of this is about control. The government rolled out this whole "we're protecting the kids" narrative, slapping it onto everything on the internet like it's some magical justification for invading all of our privacy. And now they've set their sights on gaming. Ofcom basically has every single online game in existence under the microscope. If your game has any form of player interaction, and I mean any form, from just poking someone or even sending them a thumbs up emoji, well, you now fall within the scope of this new law. You heard that right, the Online Safety Act is being applied to pretty much every single online game in existence. This new guidance has such a wide net that they've not even bothered to properly explain what is affected and what isn't. What does Ofcom define as hate speech? Well, we have no idea. What terminology is being considered to be harmful to children? Well, your guess is as good as mine. And what's the exact line between banter and harassment? Despite hundreds of pages of law and guidance, most of it remains vague and subjective. Ofcom is literally out here talking about griefing like it's some serious criminal offense. For anyone who doesn't know, griefing is just someone being annoying in a game, like constantly blowing you up in GTA or blocking your path. Sure, it's irritating, but it shouldn't be classed as harassment. It's not targeted abuse. You can literally just leave the lobby and join another one. Problem solved in about 15 seconds. But Ofcom is lumping this in with actual serious concerns like grooming and exploitation, which makes absolutely no sense. They said that their online experience tracker has shown that nearly half of 13 to 17-year-olds report being highly concerned about trolling. This is about 47%. Then one-off abuse behavior or threats, 45% report concerns, and intentional harassment, 37%, which is known as griefing while playing a game online. Clearly, the people who wrote this weren't around during the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and yet somehow we all survived without the need of handing over our passports for age verification. So what exactly is Ofcom trying to say with this new guidance? If your game has any user-to-user service, meaning players can interact in literally any way, then you're covered by this act. This includes creating or modifying avatars, building or uploading custom maps, text or voice chat obviously, team-based channels, matchmaking systems, live streaming, and even just manipulating objects in a shared environment. This is basically every online game that's existed since the early 2000s. This includes games like Minecraft and Fortnite, and any game with a lobby system. Let's address the elephant in the room, the whole submit your ID to play video games situation. The government's basically saying we can't be trusted with anything anymore. We're not allowed to watch certain content online without proving who we are, and now we can't be trusted to play games without handing over personal ID documents. And this is where protecting the kids excuse completely breaks down. You're telling me that the solution to keeping kids safe online is creating massive databases of personal information linked to gaming accounts. This is literally a large-scale data breach waiting to happen. There's a reason why VPNs are suddenly looking very appealing to gamers. Some countries don't require age verification for games, and VPNs let you change your location. I'm not saying that these things are related, just two completely separate observations that I'm making independently of each other. I'm not going to pretend that there aren't legitimate concerns about kids being online. The NSPCC research about grooming through game chat, well, that is real. Children being recruited for criminal exploitation through online games, well, it is happening. Kids encountering self-harm content in gaming environments is also a problem. Ofcom's own report cites all of these: predators using voice or text chat in games to approach children, cases of kids being lured into trafficking via gaming platforms, even children being exposed to unaliving or self-harm content in the gaming world. All of these are real issues. But the thing is, do you know how many steps there are in between playing a game with someone and then being groomed or exploited by that person? There are a lot of ways in between to keep children safe, and a lot of points there to stop anything bad from happening. You know what would be a better idea? To catch these predators and to imprison them for a long period of time, and not to just release them after 5 minutes. The report also mentions that nearly half of the surveyed children experienced issues in Minecraft and Roblox specifically, and guess what happened after that survey? Roblox introduced comprehensive parental control features. In late 2024, facing public pressure and reports of grooming on its platform, Roblox rolled out new parental oversight tools. Parents now get a dashboard to see who their kids interact with, and younger kids are restricted from seeing violent or mature user-made content by default. Roblox even limited chat features for under 13-year-old players unless parents opt in. It would be interesting to see if they repeated that survey now with those controls in place, but no, instead of waiting to see if these existing solutions work, we're jumping straight to the nuclear option and requesting for everyone's ID. Ofcom mentions that voice and text chat features can be used by predators to approach children online. But you know a revolutionary concept which fixes this? Well, it's parental controls, which exist on every single gaming platform. Parents can set up password protected restrictions, which make sure that their kids only speak to people that they know in real life. On modern consoles and PCs, you are even able to disable the voice chat feature entirely. So on some consoles, you can block communication entirely, or on others, you can allow chat only with people on a pre-approved friends list. These features exist right now, and you can see this here on the Entertainment Software Rating Board, the ESRB, which is responsible for giving all video games ratings within the UK. Sony and Microsoft could be doing a lot more to highlight these features within their systems. When you buy a console, you should get clear instructions for parents to enable these features and where they are located within the box. But unfortunately, all of these options are buried so deep within the settings that most parents don't even bother to ever look at them. I mean, how hard would it be to include a parental controls pamphlet within the boxes of these consoles, which gives parents easy access to all of the features that the systems have in order to protect their children online. The government could also run educational campaigns that teach parents parental controls on their home internet systems as well as their devices. Instead, what's the government's response to this issue? It's mass surveillance and total control. We have a system now where everybody is treated as a criminal by default until they prove who on earth they are by submitting their identity documents. It's like having a leaky roof and then your solution is to just burn the entire building down. You know what the annoying thing is? That within the UK, we already have a safety system in place which age restricts games from children playing them. These are the PEGI age ratings. These ratings exist in order to inform parents about what games their children are wanting to play or are playing. If a parent sees a big 18 on the box and still buys it for their 10-year-old, then that's a parenting decision, not a legal problem. The Online Safety Act explicitly says it doesn't cover enforcement of PEGI age ratings because that's considered content published by the game provider, and the act is only meant to police user-generated content. But then it turns around and requires age verification for any online interaction in those same games. So you're admitting that rating enforcement isn't your job, but you're still inserting yourself into the process anyway. At the end of the day, parents need to actually be parents. If your child is playing a 18 rated game with online voice features and they're encountering content that you do not want them exposed to, then the solution isn't to demand that all of society, including the gaming industry, change just for your bad parenting. None of us should have to be subjected to invasive identity checking procedures. The solution is that you as the parent need to be in control of what content your child consumes. You need to check what games your kid is playing, and you need to use the already built-in parental controls to restrict what content that they have access to. It's more than just implementing parental controls, it's about talking to your children about what is and isn't appropriate for their age. You absolutely do not need the government to do this for you, and you definitely shouldn't want them to also. Ofcom's research says that online games were the third most likely place for nasty or hurtful behavior among children aged between 8 to 17. So they were 12% likely to encounter this there. This is right behind social media at 16% and messaging apps at 15%. You know what they didn't compare it to? Real life. I mean, imagine going on the playground and playing football with some kids. The stuff that they say to each other on the football field is brutal, and kids have always been mean to each other. This isn't a gaming or an online problem. Children do not have that filter within their heads yet that tells them maybe I shouldn't say this. There's plenty of adults that don't have it either, if we're being completely honest. So is this really an online gaming issue, or is it just something that happens whenever children interact with each other? I mean, if reports of bullying in games is 12%, then bullying in playground games is going to be way higher than that. So as you can see, the gaming portion of the Online Safety Act isn't really about protecting kids. It's about control, with the government saying that we do not trust you to manage your own household. So instead, they're going to now do it for us with the Online Safety Act. They've taken legitimate concerns surrounding children and used it to push forward surveillance surveillance and total control. Gaming hasn't suddenly made kids be mean to each other, it's just an environment where they can express what they have always been expressing on the playground. These are existing problems that you'll find in every environment where children interact. The difference is you cannot age verify a playground, but you certainly can age verify online content. So yeah, we've reached the point of the video where I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you guys think about the online gaming portion of the Online Safety Act? I look forward to reading all of your thoughts in the comments, and lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.